Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and yes, let's see, the cookie drop came out, and we love getting our cookies munched, so that's why we have this haul video here today. And yeah, it was the $10.95 sale, and then the 25% off coupon, which made them a pretty good deal, right? Yeah, and so we did that, and it was the return of Peppermint Sugar Cookie, which was particularly exciting, and so we have that, and I think that's pretty much it, yeah. Let's see, Milk Bar all came out, and I'll probably touch upon the burn performance of all those at the end of the video real quick, and we'll go from there. Yes, okay, let us get to it. So we have Peppermint Sugar Cookie, which I don't think it came back out last year, where we're just like, oh my god, like why is this gone? And we just got that mediocre peppermint bark fragrance instead, and like other mediocre sugar cookie fragrances, but like where's Peppermint Sugar Cookie? And funny thing, I was asking around stores a few days ago to see if they still had, if they had this in yet. They would all be like, yeah, we do have it in. We have a peppermint fragrance and we have a sugar cookie fragrance. I'm like, no, I'm looking for the one that's both peppermint and sugar cookie all in one. And they'll be like, okay, let me go check. And then of course they didn't have it. So, but it makes sense because I think there's a reserved to be like a member exclusive drop for this weekend's promotion. Okay, so we have that here, and that's what that looks like. That's the wraparound on that, and then we have the same decorative lid from some of the other collections. These are $27.95. Crushed peppermint, vanilla extract, creamy butter, and soft sugar cookies. Yes, I'm glad to see this one back. I contemplated getting two just because I was like, oh my god, are they gonna do a thing where this one just doesn't come back again sometime in the future? But I was like, you know what, if it does or if it doesn't, well, I have enough candles to last me a lifetime that I don't need to be worrying about that anymore. And yes, it has the coral wax on it, which we have had before from Peppermint Sugar Cookie, and they're all white wax. And yeah, this is great. I love it. It's truly the like sugared snickerdoodle base fragrance mixed with a hint of a extra peppermint candy fragrance in there, and that's what it smells like. It's super straightforward. I like kind of like the contrast between the warmer cookie notes with the cooler peppermint notes, and I've always enjoyed it. It's been just like a quintessential like Bath & Body Works holiday gourmand fragrance, and we've had like peppermint marshmallow in the past before, but it's kind of nice to have a slightly more warmer, like crunchy, crispy cookie aspect to that sort of peppermint marshmallow blend that we get. Yeah, this is just a little bit more warmer because you do get a very apparent like sugared snickerdoodle cookie base to this mixed with peppermint. And yeah, straightforward. I usually quite enjoy it. I used to like buy one every year it came out, but never hoarded it just because I always assumed it would come back, but it is what it is. So Peppermint Sugar Cookie right there, I like it. I recommend it. Pick it up if you want a fun Bath & Body Works gourmand fragrance. Moving on, we have crispy cookie edges, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this could be like any of the 1,000 cookie fragrances we have, right? And so that's what that one looks like right there. Okay, and yeah. Brown sugar crumbles, vanilla almond milk, and rich caramel. Also has coral wax, and the wax is already like starting to turn a cream color, so you know there's probably heaps of like a vanilla oil in here for sure. And yeah, wow. I mean, this is just so incredibly run-of-the-mill cookie fragrance that is most similar, however, to Danbury Shortbread, which if you recall, I blasted that one on cold saying it was so generic and like, why do we need another one of this? But when I went to go burn it, it was like super juicy and awesome, and it really came alive. And so Danbury Shortbread, as you recall from the Bridgerton collection, loved it. It was my favorite, actually, surprise from the whole collection, is whipped vanilla, almonds, and sugar crystals. And the other one was brown sugar crumbles, vanilla almond milk, and rich caramel. So you can see they both have like obviously sugar and almond in it. So kind of similar, even like a similar color, you know? But in any case, yeah, I mean, they are so incredibly similar. The only difference I really get is that Danbury Shortbread is much stronger and smells a little less sweet because it is strong. Remember how I was saying there's almost like this weird, I don't know, there's like a slight like oily chemical smell to Danbury Shortbread on cold that just kind of smells a little bit off-putting, and that's why I didn't really care for it on cold, but when you go to burn it, it really came up, and like the buttery warm notes really came alive. But it just smells like a diluted version of Danbury Shortbread. Yeah, wow. But nonetheless, yeah, you get a very buttery sugar cookie fragrance with a hint of a nutty almond that gives it that sort of toasty, crunchy quality to it. I think it's that nutty note that sort of evokes the crispiness, so to speak. But, and then of course vanilla is in there as well. Yeah, quite similar. It's just the intensity is really the only difference that I'm getting, but the character is oh so similar. Compared to like the sugar cookie fragrance from Candle Day last year, we had this, which was vanilla, butter, and crisp brown edges, as well as sprinkled with sugar. And so you can see the notes and the concept are very similar too. Yeah, it's similar, but this one has more of that sort of like cheesy, buttery quality that Mary Cookie has. But once again, it is indeed yet another cookie fragrance. So yeah, it is similar, but is it exactly the same? I don't think so, but still very close. Like the next closest thing after Danbury Shortbread in terms of comparisons. We also had like fragrances like caramel and vanilla, which was caramel, brown sugar, and whipped vanilla cream. I mean, man, it's just like they just have like a word bank, right? And they just shuffle them around, and that's kind of how you get the notes and the names on it. Caramel and vanilla right there from Candle Day, right? Yeah. It is not this. This is not quite as like crispy cookie baked gourmand action. It is more so just like caramel and vanilla mixed together. There's almost like a vanilla extract quality to it that makes this a little more liquidy and less crispy, browned, like tangible cookie bakery object. Yeah. There's a slight almost like nail polish note to the vanilla extract mixed with that sort of like hot buttered rum, salted caramel type of like ooey, creamy caramel fragrance. So it is not this. And then of course, I mean, we could also compare to like Mary Cookie and Sugar Snickerdoodle and all the ones, right? But they aren't that. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. And then we have Sugar Spell Sweets from that Halloween Summerween launch. Spooktacular Sponge Cake, Whipped Buttercream, and Mystical Vanilla, $49.95. Yeah, I mean, boy, it is similar to this, but this one smells more like whipped cream, spongy cake. It's a little bit more whipped and light in like a frosting or cream type of way, and a little less like dense in a almond shortbread kind of way. Yeah. But, I mean, splitting hairs, really. But I think I still stand by the fact that these two seem the most similar. They're not exact repackages, especially because the intensity on this one is much weaker than this one on cold. So you're getting less of a read on all the notes. But I would say Danbury Shortbread is kind of the closest thing to it. And not Mary Cookie or Sugar Snickerdoodle or like the gingerbread or any of those fragrances. Yes. Is it a generic sugar cookie fragrance? Yes, we'll have to burn it to see if it like comes alive like Danbury Shortbread, but incredibly safe and predictable fragrance for sure. Okay, and that finally takes us to the last one, which is Frosted Chai Cookie. Cinnamon chai, nutmeg, and vanilla buttercream, and that's what that looks like right here. And you guys know I like me a good chai fragrance, and that's what that is. Yeah, this smells very similar to that toasted vanilla chai candle we had that one year, and it dudded out so horribly in the mid-range point that it had such a weak throw and it just started smelling burnt, but it's giving me the same chai spices as that toasted vanilla chai. You still get a spiciness. It almost has that sort of like ginger and like leans in that curry type of way that you get often with like a chai or a gingerbread type of fragrance. Think of like the sort of curry baking spice notes that you got in Gingerbread Bakery last year, which I didn't love because it actually goes quite savory and curryish when you go to burn it and it's so strong. It didn't come back out this year, and it definitely borrows a lot of the spices from Gingerbread Bakery as well as the toasted vanilla chai candle. There is heaps of like a vanilla butteriness in here that is kind of evoking a cookie, but if someone just said this was a toasted vanilla chai fragrance and not necessarily a cookie, I would believe it. There isn't a super, like, undeniable, crispy, cookie burnt smell to it. It's more so just like, here's chai spices made a lot more, I guess, sweet and cutesy by added vanilla sweetness is kind of what I'm getting with this. Yes. So that was the frosted chai cookie there. Nothing super groundbreaking. And I would say autumn chai just goes a little bit spicier. And then this one just is diluted ever so much by a extra vanilla cookie sugar note. But yeah. I mean, like, Could this pass as gingerbread or something like that, or a ginger snap? I think so. So yeah, I guess it just sounds a little bit more exotic to call it a frosted chai cookie, right? So neither here nor there, to be honest. And yeah, once again, I just feel like I've just gotten to the point in my life where I've just smelled too many things at this point, where everything just smells redundant. And it's kind of something that I'm trying to just coming to terms with, and like of, I guess, reviewing and just the way that I approach fragrances now, that it's just like I have smelled so much that it's just like, oh, like this is just how life is, right? It's like, do I move on to another hobby? I don't even know. I'm just very much just questioning things in my life currently, just because I'm like, I don't know, like I feel like sometimes you have to like move on from hobbies, right? I don't know. But I still like fragrances and candles, but maybe I just didn't take a short break from it. I don't know, still mulling over it. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, cool. Let's see. And then, there's one store near me that for whatever reason at the beach always shows up as available for buy online, pick up in store. Even though it has long sold down from its summer floor set and has moved to an online exclusive, there's a mall store that kept showing it as buy online, pick up in store, and I would always be like, okay, next time I'm at that mall store, let me go and see if they have it. And sure enough, I looked through the candle holders and there was one like hidden inside of a candle holder, and there it was. And so I picked up another at the beach because I was just like, oh, I actually kind of really enjoy this. It's actually what is in my candle hurricane right there. Just because I do live near the beach, so it's just like fun to kind of have it like going, and the color scheme kind of matches too, and it's just really fun. And I feel like, I don't know if we'll get this one again, at least in stores. It might be like another one of those candle day releases when they do the body care releases. I'm not positive. But I guess At the Beach has been out for such a long time that it just feels special to finally get it in a candle, which also, let's see, there was Dark Kiss came out as a online exclusive candle, which is like a pretty big deal in the sense that Dark Kiss hasn't been out as a candle for the longest time in the States. Like probably like in the 2010 or 11 era, probably. I remember Little Balladeer like hauling like 10 of them from an outlet or whatever vividly in one of her videos. But in case, Dark Kiss is another one of those. It's very just redundant to your Maleficent or Dream Bright or even slightly Into the Night. That type of like rose floral body care fragrance is what Dark Kiss is. I mean, I feel like we've all probably smelled the body care at this point. So to have it in a candle, maybe back in the day would have been a little bit more unique, but now we've just had so many similar rose, berry, floral fragrances come out as a body care fragrance with accompanying candle releases that I'm just kind of like, okay, this is neither here nor there. But any case, Dark Kiss is available online exclusive, as well as some other neutrals ones, and then like a Balsam and Firewood collection also became online exclusive. Nothing that I was super interested in enough to place an online exclusive order for. But At the Beach, Frangipani Blossoms, Toasted Coconut, Bergamot Waters. Kind of smells like hairspray. You get coconut with like a hairspray floral note is what you get in At the Beach. It performs fine. It's like plenty strong in here. And so I was like, let me just get another one while it's here. So that was that. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Otherwise, pretty boring holiday floor set. I guess because I picked up most of them in the test phase, and none of them were particularly spectacular. Like I can't really, is there even any that I recommend from that collection? Like Cranberry Eucalyptus I can smell, but super boring and predictable cranberry fragrance. But like Sugared Pine Needles, Let It Snow were both super weak. Santa's Milk and Cookie smells like rancid burnt popcorn when it's burning. Anything else that Cozy Winter Cottage was just kind of ho-hum too. Yeah, just kind of a lackluster holiday intro. And then just like the repackages galore. So nothing really interesting outside of, well, Peppermint Sugar Cookie is a return, and I appreciate that's finally back, but that is still not new either. And then the two new ones in this cookie drop are once again very reminiscent of fragrances we've already smelled before, like 5,000 times over. Yes. Okay. Anything else to talk about? I redeemed a free body care item coupon with Moonlit Goddess. I haven't used it yet, so I can't really speak to it. French Lavender, Pear Blossom, Golden Vanilla. It's like a body care fragrance that was originally in laundry, right? Then we got the candle, and now it's in body care. It smells largely similar enough. whatever, take it or leave it. It was a free coupon, so I did that. Infinite Radiance is out, but it was another one of those sort of like metallic sharp body care fragrances that kind of keep making the rounds, that I was not really into that. And then the two new men's fragrances, Adrenaline and Football Season, were all right. The Adrenaline was actually quite sexy. I wouldn't mind smelling that on somebody. And Football Season was actually quite nice in body care as well, despite the candle having been totally unscented. Okay, anything else? Milk Bar. I contemplated for a second doing some backup repurchases of some of those because I actually really enjoy those, believe it or not. Cinnamon pretzel cookie was just like so weird but so strong at the same time that I actually enjoyed it. And there was a slight kind of Auntie Annie's pretzel vibe mixed in there with a slight weird inedible body care note, but I actually kind of just love the combo of it, that I've actually been really going to town with it, and it seemed to be the most strongest out of the entire collection. So, well, actually I take that back. The peppermint bark truffle was actually quite strong as well. But yeah, cinnamon pretzel, sugar cookie, whatever that was, I actually really kind of enjoyed that one. But I don't know, I'm just kind of getting to the point where I'm like, I should just enjoy the candle while it's here, just the first one, and then just move on and enjoy other fragrances, just because I just have so many candles. So I didn't back that up. The cereal, milk, soft serve, I actually really enjoy that too. You get like a very true Frosted Flakes with this really creamy sort of melted ice cream note, and the vanilla ice cream note is just perfection. It's just so creamy and juicy and awesome. It really kind of evokes a soft serve melted vanilla ice cream moment, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was not quite as strong as the cinnamon pretzel one, but I actually still liked it for how like slightly unique and delicious it was, and I enjoyed it. If like there's a cheap shower gel sale, I would consider purchasing the shower gels for both the cereal one and the cinnamon sugar pretzel one, just because they're just kind of fun and novelty, but in like a very juicy and just unique enough type of way that I actually really appreciated it. Peppermint bark truffle was super strong. If you just want a really awesome chocolate peppermint fragrance, that one was good. I got plenty of both chocolate and peppermint in there. It wasn't as bland as peppermint bark, and it wasn't quite as weird spearmint toothpaste as peppermint hot chocolate. It was kind of like the perfect balance of both, that it's just a very great, well executed peppermint chocolate fragrance. It's not groundbreaking or extraordinary, but it's executed very well for what it is, and it was plenty strong, and so I really appreciated that one, and it burned great. So there was that. And then lastly, I'm missing something, right? What's the, raspberry holiday pie bar. Very raspberry jammy. Definitely didn't, the gourmand notes and the bakery crumble notes really didn't warm up as much as I was hoping for it to. And it was more so just like a raspberry jam note, not too different from raspberry mimosa or raspberry rosé. It just like took down some of that sort of like citrus fragrance that's in mimosa and rosé that gives a little bit more of that sort of effervescent bubbly drink fragrance. It turned that citrus down and just added just a sprinkle of a sort of warmer quality to it, but still like a raspberry jam fragrance for the most part. It was fine, but it wasn't like, oh my god, wow. So yeah, but overall, I think it was a strong collection. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and it was a fun gourmand collection, and nothing smelled cheap or artificial or fake or plasticky or aggressive in any way, so I did appreciate all of those points. Yes. Okay, anything else? No, that's pretty much it. I think now that we're officially into the holiday season with November and December, they're gonna start doing the aggressive like weekend big deal promos or whatever, right? So like wallflowers and hand soaps and all that kind of stuff. Don't really need any of that stuff, to be honest. Just kind of always just looking out for new candles, and I'm not really sure if we've seen much of anything more new coming down the line, but plenty of candles to keep me busy in the meantime. That's pretty much it. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on all the cookie collections down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.